Hi everybody, sanibonani. Welcome to my channel. Igama lami Ntando Mdletshe, and on this channel siyaye sibuka ama reality shows ethu ala eMzansi bese siza la sizokhuluma ngawo lama shows, senza ama reviews ama recaps bese siyaphinda futhi sikhuluma nga any other issues avukayo mangabe lama shows sesiwabukile kwi-TV. Siyaphinda futhi sikhulume ngama celebrities kanye nama YouTubers ethu ala eMzansi. If it's your first time joining us today and you happen to like our content, ungakhohlwa ukuthi upress the subscribe button la ngezansi and also the notification bell so that you can be notified when we do post new work. Listen, you guys, today I want to talk a little bit about Uthando Nesthembu. We've been doing a revision because we are waiting for everybody to watch the first episode on Thursday, Mhlaga 6. Do not miss it, okay? It's a date. It's a date, you guys, but we already know what's gonna be happening a little bit. You know, the boring thing is the number 5 thing, okay? We'll try and ignore it because obviously they want to try and drag that story line for a few episodes. But one thing, you guys, that is in the trailer, so I'm not giving up any information about the first episode right now for those who haven't seen it. One thing that is in the trailer, you guys, there is a conversation that Mangwabe, my favorite wife, Mangwabe, has with her mother, and they make it look or sound like Mangwabe is considering leaving her marriage. She's saying to her mom, I think mom zobuya ngizekhaya to be a child again, you know. And for the first time we see Mangwabe, it looks like, because guys, a trailer can be very tricky. Sometimes they show something else, they show something looking a certain way, but then it is something else when you watch it. It looks like Mangwabe will be very emotional during that scene with her mom, guys. One thing about season 5 is that we all know Mangwabe was unhappy in that marriage. She looked unhappy. She looked unhappy with the relationships with the other wives, you guys. And I even did a video last season to say Mangwabe is the most unsupported wife of all of the 4 wives. I feel like Khumalo is the one that is undermined, but Ulokuzana Mangwabe is the one that is unsupported, you know. I feel like Mselegu never really says anything or does anything in defense of Mangwabe. So she seems like she is alone a lot of the times. Not only is she physically alone a lot of the times, because if your husband has 3 other wives and girlfriends, you're going to be alone most of the time. So not only is it that, but it's also just the fact that emotionally she doesn't it doesn't look like she is supported. Remember, you guys, last season when there was that misunderstanding between Mangwabe no Marital, where ingane kaMarital had said Mangwabe did not greet them, or they had greeted Mangwabe, but Mangwabe did not respond, and Mangwabe had said nothing like that had ever happened. But Marital never had the conversation with Mangwabe. Instead, she made a judgment on what had happened and took that story wayotshela umselegu nomselegu naye instead of ukuthi akhulume kahle noMangwabe and find out what happened, or call the kids and talk to them. It looked like last season he had taken his side, Liga Marital, and that is the reason why that trip that they had last season, it wasn't so enjoyable for everybody, because there was that conflict between Mangwabe and Marital, and it looked to me that Mangwabe had reached that point where she was like, you know what, I don't give an F. She became Ntando from Real Housewives of Cape Town, where she was like, I don't give an F anymore about what people think, because if you're not going to have a conversation with me about what you are having an issue with, then, you know, there's nothing that I'm going to say to you. She looked fed up last season, you know. She and a lot of people were saying she's disrespectful. Guys, when you have had it Maseula in a relationship, Masezila, you know, you say whatever and whenever. Nah, I felt like for the most part Umselego deserved it. If you're going to bring 4 women in your home and marry them, but then emotionally you cannot be fully supportive equally to all of them, then yeah, you deserve whatever disrespect that you get from your wives. Because at the end of the day, guys, when it comes to them Selegu wives, Marital number 1 comes first. Ama needs, whether it's emotional, physical or whatever, when she needs something or she needs to be listened to or she needs things to be changed a certain way to accommodate her, everybody does that, Now imagine being uMangwabe, because after uMacele it's the needs zikaMayeni, after uMayeni it's the needs zikaMakhumalo, then she's right at the end of the line. She's right at the end of the line. Remember when they were having a function, I think it was Mayeni's wedding, where she was just in the house and makeup. I don't bother go attend, because vele I'm the last in line. That is not just when they have family. It also indicates even when it comes to her needs are attended to last. So at some point, no matter how happy you were when you first initially got into this relationship, after a few years, of course, you're going to have it, So it looks like Mangwabe, even though I cannot say for sure that she really just wants to leave her relationship. I'm sure Maushadil at some point you're like, really, why did I do this? Everybody goes through that. And I feel like we are going to be watching Mangwabe going through some of that. We all know that she's not going to leave, because as it stands, they are done shooting the show and she's still in that marriage. So we know she's not going to leave. But we do know she's going to be having some struggles when it comes to that marriage. I don't know how these women do it, you guys, because I don't know, like, ungabi ne control or a say on what your husband does or where he is, where sometimes you just wanna test things for control. Like your husband wakes up and says, and you're like, you look tired today. I don't think you should go. When he's not tired, like, no, it's like, really, like, yeah, you look tired. Don't you wanna rest today? Just for control, you just wanna see who's energy. Does he consider into show sometimes? That's all. As Tanjin, you don't have that. You find and then your husband will be like, yes, no, I'm not going. Nami, I do feel tired a little bit. Yeah, Extension, you don't have that, because how is he going to be tired here at your house? Because he also needs to go to Marital, he also needs to go to Mayeni, he also needs to go to Makhumalo, So I don't know how these women do. So them being emotionally challenged in their marriage right now, I would totally understand it. You want your kids to go to bed ubaba corner every day. Not the 1 hour that Umseleki does, because he always says that he goes and sees each wife 1 hour. So if the wife comes back from work late and they said, that's it. It means when you're not seeing your husband that day. Imagine that, guys. I don't understand how these people do it. And they might try and pretend that it's all perfect, but it seems like in season 6, we are going to be seeing those imperfections. Also, you guys consider Uguti, when Umselegu was insisting on Indabaga number 5 and they were saying they were going to leave, Umselegu said, yeah, Hamban. He said that. He said, Abahamba, Bahambai. There wasn't a single time when Umselegu sat down and said, listen, you guys, I love you. In fact, I've never heard Umselegu say, I love you to any of his wife. I love you. I need you here. I need my family here. I'm not going to do anything if it's going to cause you to leave. He never ever said that. Instead, he said, oh, okay. Then if behamba bahambe, ukusalayo mina ngizomthatha unkosikazi. That's what he said. So imagine being in a relationship where you are never told that you are loved, you are never told that you are important. You being here is very important, because that's what you should be saying. Listen, ngiyasifuna isithembu, but isithembu sakhiwe yinina. So if you are not here, there is no isithembu. The only person that ever gets that is uMacele, because he always says if it wasn't for uMacele, he wouldn't have his team. But he doesn't say that about the other wives, which means it feels like they don't matter. If as a person looking from the outside, I feel like they don't matter, imagine how they feel as women inside. Okay, I hope what my storylines that we're going to be watching this seasons are real. And I hope they don't drag the number 5 storyline too much, because we've had enough. I know some of my viewers have expressed the same, that they just don't want to watch if it's still going to be about number 5. They have said Uzi is giving up on that idea, so maybe we won't see it that much. We will wait and see. Maybe I hope it is just 1 episode or 2 episodes where they talk about it, and then the rest of the time they get into other story lines, because the story line we've had enough of it. Anyway, you guys, tell me what you think about Indaba kaMangwabe in the comment section. Do you really think that it's about her wanting to leave the marriage, or it's just a trailer tricking us to think that she might want to leave? And what are you looking forward to this season? Do you really even want to hear about the number 5 story? Because they do want to hear about the number 5 story. Thank you so much for watching this video, guys. The revision is still going on until we get to Thursday and watch the actual episodes. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please like it before you share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers. Ntando.